Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Libras, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at kind of like what's growing, especially for the second half of the year, right? We've come pretty much halfway through this year and we're entering into July pretty quickly. And I just thought, I was in a green mood. I wanted lots of green backdrop and flowers blooming. And I want to see what's kind of like coming up next. And we have a Queen of Wands. I got to say, I feel like Leo season is going to be a big one. Um, Libra literally might really find that they are like the month of July or something, they may look just stellar. Libra could be a massive head turner, more so even than usual. Libras are always attractive, right? They're all about balance. And so they have a way about them to like really balance, sultry, sexy with, refined professional. They have a way about them. But in particular, that vibe, that I feel like somebody could have glowing skin next month. I feel like this is already kind of beginning, but in particular, it's something about like the persona that I think Libra is going to be projecting is going to be one of grace, one where it's like I don't think anybody's going to want to mess with Libra either. I feel like people could be drawn toward Libra and also simultaneously like a little bit intimidated because I think Libra is going to come across as very, very sexy and just somebody who's, a force to be reckoned with. We have a Four of Wands. Libra could get proposed to in the second half of the year. This could be somebody who either suddenly sees Libra as their forever person, sees Libra as their Four of Wands, their perfect partner, their perfect mate, the one that they would most like to share a lifetime with. This could be somebody who just falls head over heels for Libra, just knows Libra is like the one for them. This could be somebody who has known Libra for a while, but is now just like really looking at Libra with super intense eyes, like, oh my God, you're such a catch. You would be the kind of person I would want to marry. And it's very clear now. We have the moon, we have the Nine of Swords. It's interesting because for as bright as Libra is going to shine, for as much as other people may really see Libra as like such a catch, like, oh my God, anybody would want to be with Libra. I think what Libra does not know is that there's also individuals that are either really missing Libra or they get really stressed out. This could be somebody who lost Libra. This could be somebody who's jealous of Libra. This could be somebody who feels like they're in competition with Libra. Libra could be knocking somebody else off of their platform because Libra is on such a tremendous like glow up. Now, I mean, we're not responsible for how other people choose to handle their emotions, right? I don't see Libra doing anything to be unkind or make somebody else feel smaller, but Libra is definitely going to be going through this massive glow in the second half of the year. And remember, we have more than one person possibly that's thinking about Libra as like, wow, you're my perfect mate. This could even be that somebody who's already married to somebody else is looking at Libra like, man, I wish you were my mate. And Libra doesn't know this. Libra's not the one, trying to like be a homewrecker or something, but we could have another feminine who feels like really wounded. And it could be because their partner wishes that they could be with Libra. I'm sorry to bring that up, but there is some element here of like somebody's really stressed because Libra is doing so well, but it's all hidden and it's very emotional. So I'm thinking that this is somebody who either feels small by comparison to Libra, or it has to do with love, and it has to do with, either we have three octopus tentacles. So I'm feeling like somebody's in love with Libra, wishes that they could marry Libra, and that is making another person very sad because it's like I already know that they're in love with Libra and not in love with me. I don't know that Libra knows any of this. We got that moon, so this could be blissfully hidden from Libra's own awareness. As well it should. It's not Libra's fault if other people are finding them attractive, right? So on one hand, I don't know why this even comes up. Let's take a look. Divine masculine, that's the emperor. And we do have this, hawk soaring with wings wide open. This could very well be someone is falling in love with Libra, and either there was another person who wished that this emperor would fall in love with them, and they're like, now I know that they'll never fall in love with me. They're in love with Libra. I can see them setting their sights on Libra. I can see them going toward Libra. They have serious intentions toward Libra, and it's obvious. What is it about this person that's feminine, seemingly, who's really sad over this? Four of Pentacles. This could be somebody who starts holding back from Libra. This could be somebody that used to be a friend or something, but now they're really upset. They're really sad. This could be that they start holding back from Libra because of, I mean, heck, this could be in the workplace. This could be, someone feels like Libra is now a rival for their heartthrob, but really, nothing here says that Libra was trying to allure someone or pull their attention. This just looks like we have a divine masculine who's made a confident divine masculine choice about who they're interested in. And they're operating as an emperor. So they're not stringing anybody along. They're not playing any head games. So I'm wondering if this is more like external to Libra. There is somebody who used to think that they were the hottest thing on the block, right? She's in this crimson red skirt. I feel like this is somebody who likes to be seen. They could have imagined that they were either like in a power struggle with Libra, although Libra certainly doesn't know about that. They could have imagined that they were, everybody wants me. And now it's like, oh my God, everybody but that one emperor. The emperor wants Libra, but I'm used to being the one who's wanted. I don't, this is starting to paint a picture like they're going to start holding energy back from Libra, not want to be around Libra. But I'm wondering if this is stress, not pain. Yeah, see, I was going to say this almost feels like weird ego. It feels like they don't want to be friends with Libra anymore. They want to go out and outshine Libra. They might act like they're so happy. They might be trying to they might do something a little bit outrageous too, to show off, their beauty because they feel like they're in competition with Libra's natural beauty, right? So they may be wanting to try to outshine Libra, but it's going to be impossible. I mean, look at how gorgeous this Libra is. But I do feel like they're going to hold back on purpose. They may try to go elsewhere where they can be like top dog again, because I think this to me speaks volumes about Libra is just very naturally very beautiful right now, very attractive, whether Libra is a masculine or feminine. Right now, they're coming across as a feminine. A lot of flowers, sunflowers, zinnias, a lot of, summertime flowers here, cosmos. I just feel like Libra's radiant right now. And that's going to push this one person away from Libra because of their jealousy. Specifically, their jealousy is aimed at Libra because an emperor likes Libra. So I just feel like this is a very jealous person because they need to work on their own self-esteem. It's probably better that they hold back or that they pull themselves away. It might be sad for Libra. I don't know. How's Libra going to handle the fact that somebody might pull away from them? Seven of Pentacles. I don't know. I think Libra might not even notice that this person is withdrawing until some time has passed. And then they might naturally intuit like, oh, I have a feeling there was something that they didn't really like. I mean, it could also be Libra's like, I don't know, maybe we're just going to be growing apart. That might all be for the best in this storyline, right? Okay, so can we return to the aspect of that emperor who seems to be very interested in Libra? And they seem to be, with that flying hawk that we saw, they seem to be pretty clear. We have a 5 of Wands. Libra's still going to be the last to know that this emperor is interested in them. Libra is very busy. In this next half of the year, next 5 months, looks like Libra's got a lot going on. They got a lot of moving parts. They got a lot of people to talk to. They got a lot of things that they got to deal with. They might pay attention a little bit to that emperor. But in truth, this actually looks like Libra's thinking that they're single. And again, Libra has no idea how attractive they are. There is this hard to get kind of energy coming off of Libra. They keep coming up as a Queen of Wands, right? Our sexiest, most self-assured, most sometimes aloof character, because they're busy doing what they need to do. They're not worried about what other people think of them. They're not stressing out. They're not trying to capture anyone's attention. And if anything, Libra might be feeling like, well, I've still been dealing with, something that had bothered me. I've still been healing. But Libra does not realize that in their energy of healing and kind of ignoring other potential, romantic interests, that makes them that much more alluring, which is very interesting because I feel like Libra's busy working hard. I feel like they have a very full schedule in the next couple months. And I also feel like all of that makes them very, very, very sexy. We have the star in the reverse. Look, Libra is not in a place where they see themselves this way. I'm wondering if it's almost one of those situations where Libra is very distracted and the last thing that they're thinking about is what they look like or how beautifully they're dressed. And yet that casual, like, look, I'm busy with other things. My goal in life is not to get people attracted to me. I'm busy healing from stuff. I'm super busy. All of that, though, seems to make it so that Libra is, on one hand, their detachment from, trying to be alluring makes them more alluring. But also Libra is just very focused on exactly what's in front of them. They're not even focused on like big, huge goals at the moment. They're just doing their day-to-day life. And their day-to-day life is going to get easier and better. They are healing. They are laying down some burdens. I feel like Libras, with that 10 of Wands, Libras, every day is going to get a little bit lighter. They're going to have a little bit more to smile about. But again, this is more like Libra they've just been putting one foot in front of the other for a little bit, totally oblivious to this kind of like love triangle thing that they're not really a part of, that they don't even know is going on around them. What does this mean for the outcome for our Libra? 7 of Cups. I do feel like Libra will have a lot of other things on their plate. I feel like as they work through some disappointments, some things that they're still healing, as their energy gets lighter and brighter, I do feel like Libra's going to be drawn to or interested in other opportunities. They may be very intrigued by other things that they can pursue. But again, Libra seems like their plans wind up, again, gravitating further away. They're not looking at relationship stuff. What is the advice to Libra? Universe, what is Libra's advice in this latter half of the year? We have got the 4 of Pentacles. We've got the 7 of Swords. We've got the 6 of Swords. All of this says for Libra to keep moving forward, but don't think for a minute that anybody's forgotten Libra. Don't lie to oneself and imagine that, look, something is still coming back around to Libra. I'm so sorry, but we have either an ex who is currently not speaking to Libra, who spies on Libra, thinks about Libra all the time. We also have that new person who seems to want Libra. We also have somebody else who's jealous of Libra. There's so much undercurrent going on, and none of it is like necessarily going to throw Libra off. I think all of this says Libra, keep striving for contentment and peace. Don't trouble oneself with the, like the drama that's playing out in other people's worlds or minds. Only move forward. Sorry, something keeps itching my shoulder. All of this says, Libra, keep moving forward, but don't think for an instant that Libra is invisible, because Libra's not invisible. But all this keeps saying, but move on from drama. But don't think that you've been forgotten. Don't think that people don't notice you, Libra, because they do. But move on from anything that you don't want, Libra, for sure, because things have to be good enough and offer you something serious in order for you to say yes. Knight of Swords. I do think that things are going to be changing, that Libra's going to be faced with new choices that will come in unexpectedly and swiftly, but all the more reason to move on from stuff that Libra doesn't want, to make good decisions. We have the Magician. This card keeps saying, everything here says, move on from the past and look toward the future. If Libra keeps doing that, keeps, letting go of things from the past, even though the past clearly doesn't want to let go of Libra. This says, but the more Libra puts distance between themselves and the past, the more they'll be ready for something new that shows up in their world. The more they'll be focusing on their future, the more they'll get more swiftly to this. That's 7 of Cups. Look, Libra's going to be attracting people they want and people they don't want in this next half of the year. But Libra gets to decide what they say yes to and what they don't. Can we get any message just on that, that Emperor that we saw? We have got a Three of Swords in the reverse. We got the Six of Wands upright. That Emperor is not hurting anybody's heart. They're not coming in to cause drama. They're not coming in after having, it's not like they're jilting somebody else and then rushing off to try to get with Libra. They're somebody who, if other people's hearts are hurt, that's not on the Emperor's, side. The Emperor is just moving forward, and I think approaching Libra with the best of intentions. They think the world of Libra. This is somebody who has a lot of respect for Libra. This could, sometimes this is a business owner. This is somebody, an Emperor can be someone who like really recognizes another individual who's like intelligent, hardworking, just really in this amazing energy. Ace of Swords, Page of Coins. I think this Emperor is coming in with absolutely no complications. They're coming in very clean. They're coming in very like dedicated, and they want to like, I think, court Libra properly. They may want to talk about books first. They might want to like know more about Libra's brain, but they seem to be very straightforward. They are not looking for drama or heartbreaks. They're not here to mess about. They're not going to be somebody that brings in dirty laundry. They're very straightforward about, right from the beginning, I think they're straightforward about the fact that they're interested in Libra. I do not think that this Emperor has blurred any lines. Yes, we saw somebody jealous because they know that the Emperor is going toward Libra, but at no point did the Emperor create drama. And I do think that as Libra continues to let go of things that bothered them and just keep looking at their future, it'll be a nice surprise, I think, when this Emperor just kind of unexpectedly pops into Libra's world. I think that's maybe that's what Libra has subconsciously wanted without necessarily manifesting exactly that person. I mean, I think Libra's been looking for something else to put their energy into, but when an Emperor shows up drama-free, then I think Libra and the Emperor can possibly like start to really enjoy each other's company because neither one has any drama attached anymore. I kind of love this one. I love the simplicity of it. I love the fact that we're not bringing back exes, even though exes are obviously still around. Even though life is busy, it's getting less complicated. That's what it looks like. Like the next chapter is going to be busy, but less complicated, more straightforward dialogue and conversation. That's really nice to see. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for being here, Libras. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.